Yo, what's good? What's good, fam?
What's going on, man? What's the word? What's the word, man?
Listen, we out here trying to get a bag. That's it. That's all we doing. Shout out
That's
to
all we
Ian. I
can
see
do.
he's in. I see he's in here. I mean, he's dropped a lot of gems. I mean, we're in a historic moment, unfortunately. But never let a crisis go wrong. Take advantage of it. On
Yeah.
sure.
I see you got the quarantine haircut.
Yeah, I got the quarantine haircut. Trying to do what I can do personally. It is what it is. What are you
You
gonna do?
gotta survive, man. You gotta survive at all times, man, no matter what, man. So can we talk a little bit about what you've been doing? You've been making some moves in the stock market. You wanna educate the people a little bit?
Yeah, so for me personally, I've listen from I mean, I've been in the market probably for the last 10 years here and there. I've definitely been invested, but from a standpoint of somebody getting in, I only probably buy certain things that I would consume and or utilize, you know. And I've been watching. Today was a really good day, right? I was watching the stock that I had bought 3 years ago. I kind of seen it steadily go up. I knew it was undervalued.
Yo, tell them what stock, man. Stop trying to be, this dude don't
Yo,
never want to
listen,
say
listen, man,
information, man.
listen. Pay,
This dude don't
listen.
never want to say.
I would say, listen,
It's like a
PC.
thousand people that are gonna hear this. 1,000 people is not gonna mess up the stock price, man. Stop being greedy with the information, man.
I'm not,
Tell
no, no. I'll never be greedy,
them,
right?
yo,
Paylocity for me was a big stock that I had really liked. It's a payroll company. They were a technology company, so they were online. I watched them go up. I know that they were undervalued. I bought them at 88. Shit, probably about 3 days ago. They're at 113. And then today I took aggressive approach. Shout out to my man Troy. Mike. I went in on Facebook. I had already owned them, and Facebook is one of those positions that long term you're not gonna lose no matter what. I bought them before earnings, and by the grace of God, I did, and it was a good call.
nah,
Today was a good day.
you call me on the wake up. You call me on the wake up, like, yo, you in the market. I'm like, nah, I'm on the sideline. I'm on the side. You call. And I heard you. I heard you had a good day today, and I called you like, yo, what's up, man? I heard you had a good day, and he was like, yo, you need to stop waiting. You need to get in. Da 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 da. And we just had that
Yeah, I
conversation.
mean, so one of the things that I seen Paulson talking today. I seen the Treasury talking today, and pretty much they're gonna print money for to make sure that everybody kind of gets through. Any industry, they're gonna. I wouldn't say any industry, but from large institutions, they're given a certain level of bailout. So I try to break it down. Like if you sit there and you have a backstop in the background where you can go and get a loan, you're going to be in a position that's good. So that's why I would tell people now. I mean, we see it's a historic moment, right? But take advantage of those. I do think that there will be some level of a downturn, as we get back into earnings, but have some positions that you want to keep long term. Like Ian says, 2 to 3 years out, if you don't take advantage of some of these opportunities now, you're gonna look back and be like, why didn't I? Right. So that's what I would say. Like you want to keep a certain cash position, but you don't want to miss out on these opportunities, especially as we're starting to open back up the economy. It's all speculation, but I'm buying quality stocks though. I'm not gambling. I'm not playing those games, but there's still opportunities here from this point to find value. So I find value in Facebook. I do find value in Netflix as they come down. I do find value in my stock Paylocity. One joint that I do like. It's a marijuana stock, but I think that there's opportunity there just because there's a huge demand out there, which is Canopy Grow. The only reason I bring up Canopy Grow is because it's backed by Constellation Brands. They put $4 billion into them, and Constellation Brands, they do own Corona. They own a lot of other businesses, but if you look out a longer term, you're in an opportunity to be successful, and there's money to be made. And today was like a great day. You know?
Yeah. Now somebody asked me if I'm definitely invested in the stock market. I just don't have all of my money in the stock market. Like I have a lot of money that's still sitting on the sideline because I was waiting for the whole thing to fall apart, and I was gonna put every dollar that I had to my name in it.
Nah. Listen, when we hit 18, I got to be honest with you. 18 was like buy everything. You couldn't lose. But I mean, now there's still opportunities out there. You could still earn 20, 30, 40, 50% on certain things. But I would tell everybody to do your research. You know, don't go out there and gamble. Understand. And what I say is look at things that you consume and or utilize first. And I think there's still good value. Visa is coming out.
You put me on American Express. I'm still holding American Express. You pull my, because when I wasn't really thinking about American Express, and when I got it, I think they was down like 60% or 55% from their peak, and I'm like, American Express, that's a no brainer. So you definitely put me on to that American Express play, and I'm up on that. I don't even know, I haven't really checked it, but I know I'm up on that pretty good, and a few other joints too. So
there's a few out there. I mean, the Visa earnings are coming out this week. I would say long term, no matter what, somebody that you know has a Visa if you don't have a Visa card, you know, and MasterCard, right? And whether you want to play the earnings or not, like longer term, that's a long-term play. That's one of those things that you want to continue to contribute on because Visa, it's a cash machine, just like MasterCard, it's a cash machine. They're going to grow. And if you look at their 52-week high, they're still down 30%. I think that with the bank stocks, like personally, they're undervalued. That's longer term. But again, if you don't need the money right now and you look up 12 months and you put some money into it today, you'll be happy. That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Jamal, he knows what he's talking about. He's been playing the stock market for a long time. He's been playing the stock market for forever. How long you been in the stock market?
Listen, man, I mean, I was in the market I lost a lot of money back in the day, man. I lost a lot of money. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I was gambling before. I seen, 2008, 2009. I mean, I seen Citi at $1 and was trying to buy penny stocks, but now I just buy quality. At this point, there's no.
Can you educate the people on what it is to use a margin? Like, what does that mean when somebody said that they use a margin in their brokerage account?
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you get a margin account, one, you have to have a certain amount of money in the margin. Usually about 25,000 or more, right? But if you utilize a margin, it's pretty much like a double. So if you got 25,000, then you have 25,000 in margin, where they're pretty much giving you the leverage to use that additional funds, right? So you can take, let's say, 25,000 and put it on another stock, and then you got pretty much the bank's money. They're charging you a percentage on that margin, right? So ultimately, you still have to pay a percentage on it, but you can utilize that, and it gives you an opportunity to leverage your money more. So like today, I use my margin to buy Facebook. And I use my margin to buy Facebook only because, one, I had already owned Facebook. Two, we were in quarantine, they owned Instagram. And three, if you look at the chart when they went down, today they were at 196, they were already up. But at their lowest peak, they were probably down about 147 or so, right? So realistically, they don't move that much. And long term, I still want to own them. So today I took out my margin call and I put some money on them because I know I was willing to lose a little bit of money on that call. Like if things went down and numbers weren't good, I was willing to not, okay, I'll hold it because I know they're going to go back up on a certain level. One of the things that came out yesterday was Google. Google came out. They talked about their ad revenue. They talked about their YouTube. And if you go into the actual call, YouTube is doing tremendous numbers. And the things that were there, it showed that Facebook was if you take a little hit, it was worth buying before the call. Because I don't like to buy before the call on certain stocks. But Facebook, for me, I want to use them. We're on Instagram right now, and they own them. And that's a cash cow for them. So that was my perspective going through it. And they have no debt. Like if you look at their balance sheet, there is no debt on the balance sheet for them. So it was like game time.
Yeah, like I said, I heard you had a good day. I heard you had a good day.
It was a good day. Shout out to my
man.
Shout out to my man Ian. You know, shout out to the whole crew. I mean, it's been a good day. You know, we're gonna keep playing, and we got to take the opportunities to just buy quality stocks. Again, I wouldn't. You know, margin calls or margin is not for everybody. It is. You know, you again, you are still borrowing the money, right? So that's not your money. So taking a stride. You know, tomorrow when I'm trying to get out my margin.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Got to be very careful, right? But you take some risks, you know, on certain things of the quality that you like, that you invest in, and that you're willing to kind of double down on, and you can have some fun.
Yeah.
The fact.
Yeah, you can have some fun out here, man. You can definitely have some fun. You can have some fun out here, man.
Some fun out here, man.
They printing money with machines. Somebody said, "Where's the bottom?" I seen Ian said we already hit the bottom. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh no, we hit the bottom.
We hit the bottom.
It's one of those things like we hit the bottom, and now you gotta again look at balance sheets, look at companies that you will consume, and look at things that are like important. There are certain indicators. I do think that we're gonna have some level of I mean, again, we got 25 million people out of work, right? So when you start to look at that second quarter, you're going to see certain things that are, you know, the market has to come down. We've had 6 straight days of like, it's an uptick, right? But now what I start to say is that if you start to see a down day, start buying certain things that you would like to get into. Because what the government has said is that they're pretty much going to print money and make sure that the thing doesn't collapse. Yeah. So from that perspective, there is no collapse. But I always keep a certain position in cash, but you got to take advantage of the ride. You got to, have to, long term, doesn't matter. Get in.
No, I agree, and it's like one of those things where it's like, we definitely have seen the bottom. I think we saw the bottom because it's like the government is already. They're not going to let this thing fall apart. They're going to print as much money as possible. The stock market is on fire right now. It's up 500 points today. They talking about they got a treatment that they working on right now. So it's so many different variables that go into play that even if people don't go to work for another year, it don't even matter. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of it when it comes to the market. So, you know, it's one of those things where in the moment. It's like I was telling you when we spoke on the phone a little while ago, like we had the longest bull run in history. And we had the shortest bear market in history. Like we technically we out of a bear market. That's the shortest bear market in history. Ever. It's the shortest bear market ever recorded in the history of the stock market. We're back in a bull market, based off of numbers. And it's crazy because it's like that whole thing just happened so fast. Like it happened so quickly. Like when it was going down, I'm like, nah, it's gotta come down a little more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gotta come down a little more. And then it just shot up. It didn't come down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
it's not coming down.
I unloaded a position into the market, but I was going to say, okay, here's my position. I bought all these stocks. I bought all these airline stocks. I bought American Express. What did I buy? I bought a bunch of different stocks. And I'm like, let me just hold it. And then when it goes down even more, I'll dollar cost average and buy it even lower.
Buy more, right?
But it never dropped. So now I'm just kind of cherry picking my individual stock picks on a one-on-one basis. But I feel like it has to come back down on a certain level because it just doesn't make sense. Like I said, we already know that we had the longest bull run ever and the shortest bear market ever. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. 25 million people are out of work. I feel like it has to come back down. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, no. I mean, I agree with you. I think that it has to come down just based off of, and that's why I think it like right now we're in a I wouldn't even say like it's a V shape, but yeah, we're less than 10% down on a year. Like whether you look at the S&P and or you look at the Dow, but realistically, I think that the numbers that are coming out, it's all speculation right now. But once those second quarter numbers start to come out, you know, and again, you can't go back to a restaurant. You know, people are going to start filing bankruptcy, so that bad news is coming, right? The only reason I enjoy it, and I'm trading right now, but I still have long-term position. But the Fed deciding that they're going to try to do any and everything necessary to make sure that it doesn't fall apart is a key indicator that, all right, well, you got some leg room, right? That's why I don't think like we're not going to see 18,000 again, right? You might see 22,
No.
you might see
That's not going to
23
happen. 18,
on the Dow.
everybody knows 18,000. That's not going to happen. That's not.
It's not happening.
But it
It's not
has
happening.
to drop.
That was a month ago.
It's going to drop. It's going to drop again. Now, whether that drop might be 21,000, 22,000, it's going to drop. Like,
or even 23. But but that's why I say, like, long term, like, you play your trades if you want to trade. And again, we want to do something with options because I'm looking to learn how to do options as well. But like long term plays, like, buy these dips that are here and accumulate your dollar cost averaging for the long term.
Yeah.
And I'm trading, I'm also trading. I'm trying to trade every day. Because listen, we're gonna get past 29 again. We at 24. So the opportunity is still here.
How likely is it that somebody can make $1,000 a day in this market?
It's easy, depending on the amount of money that you have. To be honest with you,
you can make it. You can make $1,000 a day.
You can make 1,000 a day.
Right? $1,000 a day. Again, like, $1,000 a day.
I don't even know options. It's not. That's realistic. Like, and again, like what Ian also said, it comes back to discipline on certain times. Like, you gotta be disciplined to know. What I would say is that you do have to do your research. You have to understand what you're like investing in and why. Understand the why behind it. You know, understand how something is undervalued. You look at that price and it's like, it can't be, right? We're not gambling here. Like, it's easy to make $1,000 if you're not gambling. But it's easy to lose $1,000 every day if you gamble.
That's a fact.
And that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
This is not Russian roulette.
No, that's a fact. That's why I always love when I speak to you, because you have a different outlook on life than other people, and it's like, yo, look, worst come to worst, you just make $1,000 in the stock market. And that's why I want people to understand, like, there's so many opportunities like out here to make money, and it's like, of course you got to have savings, of course you got to have money built up, but it's like, yo, it's opportunity out here, and it's like being able to pivot. And I've seen it, and it's like, people making $1,500. Like I said, that's not even being crazy. Like, I seen somebody say I'm making $10,000 a day. That's great, but these aren't professional traders. These are just people they just playing. You know what I'm saying? They just playing the game. They home.
The game.
Hey, look, I might be out of work, but I'm gonna make $1,000 in the market.
Yo, listen, we gotta make it work either way. I mean, if you put some again, discipline and some research into these, I mean, it's a bigger game into the whole system too. Like, it's all about that. Like, there's a reason why it went down to 18,000. Now that the government's printing money, you have all these hedge funds or all these private equity companies. Like, now they have an opportunity to just free up their money to keep going on a certain level. Like, all right, well, I can go get a loan if I need to, or my stock market's not up, or my stock price is not up. All right, I can go borrow some money. And that's what you got to understand from that system. But I mean, we're still at 24. I think that there has to be some level of it's got to break down on some level because there's 22 million people out of work. But there's opportunity to make money either way, up or down.
It's a fact. And there's opportunity to make money online.
Online.
We got to do a whole episode about online businesses, because online businesses, they would never even know it was what pandemic. They making more money now.
Yo, listen, I mean, I'm in IT recruitment. I'm working remotely, and I'm trading online, and I'm doing both, and I technically don't need to leave the house, and that's a reality. So it is what it is. Let's find a way. Let's continue to do it, and make some money.
Yeah, for sure, man. So Jamal, if anybody's not familiar, Jamal is a member of EYL. He's
that's my home team.
All of us grew up together, so we all grew up together. He's childhood friend for a very long time, and Jamal always getting money. He was getting money before any of us. Like, he was He was getting money at like 21 years old, like 22. Had like had the what you have, a Lexus or a BMW? Both, right?
Yeah, both. You know,
Both.
getting
And a
to it.
Benz. And a Benz.
Getting to it.
Right?
Listen, this is the good thing, man. I've made some money. I've lost some money, and now I can appreciate the opportunities when they present themselves, and I think that's most important. You know, but we getting to it out here. Don't get scared. Don't be worried about your job. Get to a bag however you need to, because the money is still flowing out here.
Now that's one thing I always respected about you. Like, you was always like that no matter what. You like, yo, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. They printing money, somebody gotta get it. It's gotta happen.
Yo, I gotta be one of them. I gotta be one of them to get it. That's it. Yeah. I appreciate you, bro. You know,
all right, family.
I see you on the other side. See you tomorrow. All right.
Shout out to my man Smalls. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's crazy, man. That guy's crazy, man. But yeah, now he been doing this for a long time. Can't front. He been doing it for a long time. So yeah, I think we got like 10 minutes left. See, we got a lot of cash apps. I'm gonna get the cash apps out after this. After this, I promise. I'm just gonna pick randomly some random people, and we're gonna get the cash apps out, and we definitely gonna help some people out for sure. Yeah, that's definitely money making Mitch right there. My man Small's a legend. He's a legend where we come from. He had a house and a car and all that when he was like 23 years old. He had a house, like a luxury car. He's been getting money since he was like 18 years old, man. Shout out to Smalls. That guy's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna take some screenshots. I'll take some screenshots of the Cash App right now. Yeah, I'm trying to get people on to talk. You feel free to call up if you would like. Feel free to call up if you would like. And yeah. I want to get some ladies some help too. I mean, we want to help everybody, but you know, we definitely want to help some ladies out financially. So if you're a woman, definitely put your Cash App in there. I mean, you know, we gotta women first. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta be gentlemen about it. We gotta help the women first before we help, you know what I'm saying? Men, we gotta make sure we help women first. That's a fact. Women and kids. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? I'm out here looking crazy and everything, but I had to hop on and talk the game for the people.
Nah, it's all good. Where you from?
I'm from Staten Island, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm on the side. I'm on that side. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What's up with you?
I definitely wanted to come in here and talk about, you know, obviously it's good to have, you know, a lot of people want to chase returns right now, but it's important. A lot of people talking about quality, you know what I'm saying? Having quality in the market, and just talking about obviously the overall market as a whole. We had hit like you said, the fastest down point. You know, we went from all-time highs. We lost 34% in the market, but year to date, we already recovered 24. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of what happened in 2008, we was looking at a 42% drop back, and we still ended the year negative. So for everybody out there that's kind of speculative on what's going to happen, just understand that they are right. The government is out there, you know what I'm saying, looking to help us. And part of me, I was fasting all day, so you know what I'm saying, I might be a little parched right now.
All right, Ramadan Mubarak.
Oh yeah, Ramadan, bro. Definitely. Yeah. Equitable Advisors.
AXA?
Yep, AXA Equitable, okay. Correct.
How long you been doing that?
So I've been here for like a year and a half now. After graduation, took that step, decided to take the route because realistically, when you look at the top of the mountain, when I step in the office, you know what I'm saying, there's very few people who look like me. You know what I'm saying? So how is the information going to be filtered down to the proper people? It's to our people if there's nobody to do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially nobody could trust. So I've been here for like a year and a half now.
Dope. So you do like Series 6?
Yeah, I did my Series 7, my Series 66, life and health as well. So, you know, strategies to help you kind of tax efficient where They can't kind of touch your money if you could do it the right way, especially for the wealthy individual. So all of that, you know what I'm saying? We definitely deal with it. Operate. And the thing is, I ain't want to come on here and speak specifics because, like I said, I am licensed. So I don't want to have any liabilities coming at me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, it's dope, man. We need more people in the financial services industry, more black people, more black men, more black women. So that's dope, man. Keep educating the people, keep educating your clients. We need you.
For
Whether
sure.
it's life insurance, investments, college savings, all that stuff is extremely important and extremely valuable to the whole world, not just our community, the whole world, but keep spreading that message, man. that's extremely important for sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And it's all about, you know, taking a comprehensive approach to it. You know what I'm saying? Allowing people to go efficiently from every stage of life. And I peeped you put obviously the 529 plan when you're talking about taking advantage of having your kids have money so they could go to college for a lesser, you know, tax bill on yourself. So just keep putting that information out there, bro. I'm eating it up, and you know what I'm saying? I'm spitting out my game for it as well. So, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate y'all. My bro had put me on, y'all. So my bro, Joe. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all thing.
I appreciate that, man. Tell him good looking. And yeah, man, keep up the good work, brother. I appreciate it.
Of course, bro. Take care of yourself.
All right, you too. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that spread the word about Earn Your Leisure. That's really how we grew to this point that we at now, is that everybody's just been word of mouth, spreading the word. So it's encouraging. It's encouraging, man. It's really, really dope. We got a lot of stuff planned. We got Market Mondays is our new show on YouTube. Shout out to Ian. We got our podcast that's out right now, episode 77, about government contracts for businesses and different stuff from minority and women-owned businesses. And then we got a very special YouTube live tomorrow with Lord of the Slums. Everybody, that's one of the favorite episodes, my favorite episode of all time. It's a classic episode. Lord of the Slums is returning back to Earn Your Leisure on YouTube Live. If you know Lord of the Slums, he's a legendary real estate investor out of Jersey. He owns like over 500 units in Jersey, and he never does any interviews. He hardly ever speaks. And he's coming on. He was on Earn Your Leisure, and the episode went crazy. He told about hard money loans and how he built his real estate portfolio. So being that he owns so many units out in Jersey, I called him up and I'm like, yo, bro, we need you to come on because, you know, obviously it's a crisis going on and a lot of landlords are like scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to get their tenants to pay and how they're going to pay their mortgage. So I'm like, yo, can you come on and just give some information to the people? And he's like, no problem. So yeah, he's coming on YouTube Live tomorrow. So make sure you check that out, 8 o'clock. And then if you're an EYL University member, you can ask questions via Zoom. And that's going to be dope. So yeah, make sure you sign up to EYL University. We got the promo code still going, EYL149. That's good until May. It was $149 for the whole year. So yeah, Lord of the Slums, I'm excited about that. That's my boy. And like I said, he don't really even talk too much, but he's going to give a lot of information. He's extremely knowledgeable. So 8 o'clock tomorrow, YouTube. Don't be late. Don't be late, man. It's going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be a whole vibe for sure. And yeah, I seen somebody say that we need to get more women on the show, and we try to get as much women as we possibly can. But yeah, definitely, you know, we're always looking to improve. You know, we appreciate feedback all the time. So, you know, if you ever have any suggestions or anybody that you would like to see on the show, feel free. I've been hearing Todd Capital, I guess, is the guy to talk to about options. So I'm gonna make sure I reach out to him and you know, try to get him on the show. And we just gonna keep going, man. Keep pushing it forward. We're gonna keep pushing it forward, man, for sure. Shout out to everybody that called. Y'all need to get women on. I mean, we had some women on the show. Like, don't act like we never had any women on the show. We've had some women on the show before, but we could do it. We can have more. You know, it's never enough. It's never enough. Like, you know, we hit a quota. So look, man, we trying as hard as we possibly can to get guests and get good people. So, you know, we appreciate the feedback, but let's just keep it positive. And yeah, we try to, you know, accommodate everybody and try to get as many good people as we possibly can. When are you D9 the WMBE? I don't know what that means, but we got an episode about WMBEs out right now. That's out right now. So if anybody if anybody wants to hit me up before we head out of this thing. Let me see. Let me see. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot. What's up, man?
Yo, what up, boy?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Just finished reading the book. Good night books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, Daddy do. There's no days off in that. Now that go.
All right.
Hey, but I saw Jamal was in here.
Yeah, shout out to Jamal. He was dropping gems. He dropped a
EYL
lot.
Jamal. I told him he got to change his name so everybody know what's up.
Yeah, he dropped a lot of gems in here.
Make some money today.
Yeah, he definitely made some money today. So I had to call him like, yo, what's up, man? I heard you made some bread.
Yeah. We called you early. We was on the phone. I was like, yo, call Shotty, see if he up. You know, we got that early morning call.
Yeah, you know, I only get up to like 9:30.
I know we was up.
Around the time the stock market opens up, that's the time I get up.
Yo, we was on the phone like 7:30. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna grab some Facebook. I bought it the day before. And he was like, yo, you think I should? I'm like, yo, I gave him a whole list of reasons why he should. I was like, yo, think about Snapchat. Like, Snapchat said they did all right, man. Like, and nobody who we know is using Snapchat. Everybody using Facebook. We know that. So after that, he was like, all right. I was like, yo, are you going to call me at like 5 o'clock? Like, yo, thank you. Yo, 5 o'clock came. That boy was like, yo, I love you, man. It was crazy, though. Shout out to him. Ian, what up, kid? Everybody in here?
Yeah, he was talking about crypto.
Binance. Yeah, he got a problem. He got a problem with it. I told him, like, we're going to go back into that space. I got to remember how to do all that.
You know the Binance, boy, he got a problem with that. I'm talking about the Binance coin.
Yeah, the Binance is up. I think we watched it go up 7% today. And, like, we've said that from the beginning. Like, we knew that that was the platform where people were going to be buying coins. So as long as that space is still open, then we should invest in the place that people are going to buy it. It's just that we haven't been in that space so long that I got to remember how to do it because, you know, you take one false move in crypto and it's
he was trying to convince me. He was trying to convince me about. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, bro, Binance is a $32 coin. He said that.
Yo, Swells is good for that.
Yeah, he was like, it was $7 when he first looked at it.
Yeah.
Now it's like at like $14, $16, something like that.
Yeah.
He was like, it's a $32 coin. I'm like, yo, if I believe in anything in crypto right now, I believe in Bitcoin. I wish I could have got Bitcoin at 3,500 when it was 3,500 a few months ago. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But he's adamant about Binance.
Yo,
like,
every day, every like the end of every conversation was like, yo, you saw Binance? I'm like, yo, Smalls, I saw it, man. I saw it. He locked out though, so we got. I told him when the stores open, when Apple opened back up, he might got a chance. Somebody said I hate Facebook. You hate Facebook, but we on Instagram right now. So you gotta love it a little bit.
Sign of the times, man. Facebook is unstoppable. Facebook's unstoppable.
Yeah, and they're gonna start letting artists monetize their live streams now. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy.
Google's unstoppable. Amazon's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Apple's unstoppable, and Facebook is unstoppable. Facebook's unstoppable. That's a game changer. They letting people monetize their lives now because they got to keep up with YouTube, and they realize how many now artists are going to start performing. That's actually crazy. Like they're going to let artists charge live. So now you can actually do it. See, everybody was laughing with the whole Teddy Riley thing, but he was actually ahead of the curve. Like
he wanted money.
He didn't have it. He was trying to put together an actual show.
Right.
But he just didn't have he didn't have it down. But that's the new wave where, like how Travis Scott did the show inside of Fortnite.
Yo.
Now they're gonna actually start doing shows on Instagram Live. But in order to come to the show, you gotta pay $10.
Yeah, you gotta put toward the fundraiser. That's what I said when I hit you with the because I know you're not the video games. I'm like, yo, this dude just did a performance on Fortnite, and he was like, what does that mean? Though I'm like, bro, he got 12 million people watching his performance. I'm like, I wonder what I can't wait till like maybe Forbes or somebody put something out on the contract that he did with 2K to put that out. I know they did the body doubles of him, but like he did 4%. He had 4 shows, so he did it like Friday night, Saturday night, then a Sunday night show. So you imagine that's over almost 50 million people that watched him perform and didn't have to leave their house. and with like you were at the game. It was like a virtual concert, man. That was revolutionary.
Yeah, it was. And shout out to Ian. He said Microsoft. Microsoft is definitely unstoppable.
Oh yeah, unstoppable.
Microsoft is unstoppable.
Reef Baller said EYL unstoppable. What up?
EYL is unstoppable.
Yeah.
EYL is unstoppable.
Yo, Live Nation. Shout out to Live Nation. And I text Ian right after we did Market Monday because and we spoke about this, but y'all know that I love Live Nation, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get into that Live Nation. You're like, yeah, nobody's going to any concerts or anything like that. I'm like, I know, but once people come back, man, they're gonna want to come back together. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they do virtual concerts, and then Saudi Arabia goes and invests $500 million into Live Nation. The stock goes up by 16%. I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's going to be big. And Live Nation, I didn't even notice until I was doing the research. Live Nation owns Ticketmaster. So, you know, any type of vendor that...
I mean, but the whole thing about that is these events are done for a long time. Like
the way we knew them, it's over, for sure. But like the virtual concert space, like they pop up in there, it's going to be crazy.
Like I just spoke to somebody today that's he works for a TV network. I can't say, but he works for a TV network, and he told me, he was like, "This is some inside information." He was like, they already canceled all live tapings in groups for the year until the year 2021. Facebook already canceled all of their group gatherings till 2022.
Yeah.
So just I don't know about Live Nation. I'm still not really sold on that. I'm not sold on that.
Not short term for sure. Obviously, if there's no live space, but I'm sure when they come back, when after the vaccine, which could be 18 months out, 5 years from now, we're gonna look back like, yo, when people return to it, because they were on pace to have a record year in 2020, just based on the first quarter sales that they saw, and they haven't you know what they did? They postponed all their concerts. They haven't refunded anybody, so they still have that capital. So they were on pace to have a record year. If you look at their stock, they were going up, and then COVID hit, and it kind of put a crazy dent into their stuff.
Shout out to Live Nation. Shout out to Giovanni. We actually did something with
Live Nation.
We did something with Live Nation at the Wizards Capital One Arena. We had a live podcast at Capital One Arena where the Wizards played on the court. So shout out to Live Nation. But yeah, I don't know, man. Did Instagram prolong the lives? Because it's been an hour.
You gotta be special, I guess.
It hasn't got cut off yet.
Yeah, I told you they was doing that especially for certain accounts. I know they were doing that for D Nice, man, because he just rocks out all night. Like D Nice became like what was that joint called? After Dark. Like the D Nice After Dark.
D Nice selection.
Yeah, when you just listen to Kiss FM, shout out to anybody in New York if you know Kiss FM.
How you feel about shout out to Kenny Burns?
Oh yeah,
that's our brother.
EYL
alumni, first and foremost.
His show was rocking too. Shout out to Kenny Burns. Love his show.
How you feel about Diddy made some comments yesterday saying that the black vote will not be taken for granted.
I think he tried to. I think Killer Mike cleared it up for him today.
Well, Kenny Burns replied.
Yeah.
And Diddy
got blocked.
But that's crazy because on our podcast, if you listen to the podcast, episode 39, Kenny Burns told a bunch of stories about him and Diddy, and their relationship has always been really rocky.
It's very weird. It's very weird.
So, how do you feel about what Diddy said? You agree with that?
I think the Big Mike explanation for it made more sense, whereas for years and like even growing up, even now, like we've just been like, yo, we're Democrats because we're Democrats. And they say things that they're going to help our community, and we never really see anything, and we still always vote Democrat. So I think that's what he meant by it. Like, we're not just going to let you say that we're Democrats and nothing happens for our community anymore. I think that's what he was trying to get at, and Killer Mike kind of cleared that up for him. But, I mean, there's some validity to that, right? Like, if you ask somebody why they're a Democrat, they probably couldn't tell you. They'll probably tell you because their parents vote that way, or they hate the Republican candidate. I mean, now it's easy to say, like, we don't like Trump or we didn't like Bush, but they don't really have any fundamental reason why they're a Democrat. They could be independent, but they just, it's a historical thing.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, you know my parents. You know my parents. Like, all they do is watch MSNBC. So, like, I just for the hell of it, like maybe 2 years ago, I was like, yo, I registered independent. They're like, what? You better not have. I'm like, I'm a grown man. I'll do what I want. And it was like a whole debate, like why I shouldn't be independent. It was like crazy.
I've been registered independent. When I first registered to vote, I've been an independent my whole life because I feel like I'm not one of these people that I'm a very middle of the road person, and I want to hear both sides, and I want to make an educated decision for myself. I don't want to be like have an alliance to something,
right?
Then you like in a gang, like you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to pick a side.
And you don't even know why you did.
Yeah, it's like now you got to even if you don't agree with something, you kind of got to fall in line because now you're part of that whole situation. So I'm really not a political person per se, but I'm an independent.
Yeah, that was part of it too. Like somebody just said, "Yo, Greg, what up, kid? Congratulations on Nasir." Somebody was like, "Yo, the timing is crazy because like, yo, you're not gonna pay for our vote." But now Joe Biden's the only candidate, so like, who else do we have to choose? Either him or Trump at this point. Like, where was he during the primaries? Like, yo, which one of y'all is gonna speak up for us? Like now, it's up to Joe Biden to speak for our community, and if he doesn't do anything for our community, then he said he's gonna hold the vote hostage. I'm like, this is the vote or die guy? I still got that T-shirt.
Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. Legend. Shout out to Kenny Burns. Shout out to Kenny Burns.
Legend.
Shout out to everybody. I was just interested to get people's opinion on that because that's been a real hot topic today. And
it's gonna be interesting, man. Especially like you think about like the Democratic convention is going to be canceled or it's going to be virtual. You figure, like, if we don't figure this thing out, how people going to be voting in? Like, we're already having voter suppression. Like, what is it going to look like now in social distancing? Can you imagine? Like, people waiting in 9 hours without social distancing. Like,
who's going to win? Who's going to win the presidential election?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They got bets on that.
Yo, Vegas said they're down 76% in bets for the month of March. They were down 76%. Like, think about what they lost. Like, not having March Madness, not having the NBA season coming to an end, playoffs around the corner. They are taking the craziest hit right now.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be extremely honest with you. I don't see. I think it'll be extremely. I don't see how Trump loses.
I know he's gonna say that.
I don't see how he loses because it's like
I already know he's gonna say that.
No, to be honest, because everybody that voted for him last time is gonna vote for him again. And I don't think people are really enthusiastic about Joe Biden. So I'll be surprised if he loses, I'm be honest.
I mean, it's like I said, it's going to be tough because this is not going to be an election like we've ever seen in the history of the United States. Like, how are we going to? He doesn't want to do the electronic vote, which could be crazy because then you have all types of security issues that could happen. It's going to be interesting. November's going to be crazy. September going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm still interested in what education going to look like. That's what's really on the forefront of my mind. Like, what does social distancing look like in the educational setting? I don't know how you social distance in there. Like, you can't. Classrooms aren't big enough to put kids 6 feet away from each other. So that's on my mind too.
Yeah, it's a lot of unknowns going on right now. It's interesting times that we're living in.
Yeah, man.
I heard the movie. Let me just say this because I said this on Alex Good&Cheese live yesterday.
He was on there late, man.
Yeah. This is my 2 cents on this, right? So everybody just listen to me, and I'm on my political. I might run for office. I was thinking about running for office a few years.
Remember you was going.
No, I was gonna run for office.
That's a fact. Now you're not lying. That serious is gonna run for office. That is a fact.
Yeah. So this is my thing, right? I feel like, all right, coronavirus. We know that coronavirus, it only kills people that have underlying health issues, right? So that's like the people that really have
most. It's killed most people.
Right. So all right. So they're saying like 5% of the population is at risk of dying of corona, right? So that means 95% of if you're healthy and you get corona, you probably won't die. But if you have diabetes, if you got bad asthma, if you got some health issues, you're in trouble, right? But now they shut down the whole economy, and it's like nobody's at work, right? So it's like now you shut down the whole economy, which affects 100% of the people, but only 5% of the people's at risk. So I'm saying how they printing money and they're giving away trillions of dollars in corporate bailouts and all that stuff, it'll probably be cheaper. Like if you identify the people that's at risk, right? Like say 5%, but then it's like even like their family that lives with them. So let's say that's like 20%, 25% of the population, right? Pay them. Pay 25% of the population to stay home, right? And then the other 75% can go outside and actually work, while the other 25% is at home until we figure this thing out. Because that'll actually probably be cheaper than $10 trillion stimulus package for the whole 100% to keep afloat, right? Because it's only going to affect 5%. So why are we shutting down the whole 100% for 5%? We can just pay 20%, the 5% plus their families or whatever, just stay home. We're going to pay you to stay home, be safe.
Yeah.
And then everybody else that's healthy, you know what I'm saying? Just get back to it.
But I mean, that's why I said. I mean, it's a good theory, it's a good thought. But then, like I said, you have to have testing in place, which we don't have yet. You have to take into account to the people that are asymptomatic into account, and you got to take into account the population that is healthy and is still right. Like just because they're not dying doesn't mean they're not getting gravely sick. Like I said, I told you yesterday, I had a coworker pass away yesterday. Like she was in good health, you know what I mean? Like she didn't have any underlying health issues. Her body just succumbed to COVID. Like she fought it for 2 to 3 weeks and just didn't win that battle. So it's tough. And like I said, especially in education, like when you got kids coming in and then going home or going to their cousin's house, it's tough to say, yo, stay home, and you stay home with them because they're going home to their grandparents.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like what I'm saying. The 25% is like we need a system in place to identify. Like if you're over 70 years old, if you have diabetes, that's why I said it's probably like 25% of the population because a lot of people are sick. But like somebody like me, right, where I'm single, I live by myself, I'm healthy, I'm not probably at risk of dying if I get corona. I probably won't die.
But there's still that line between like I'm not gonna die and I'm not gonna be gravely sick. Like there's a chance you could be gravely sick. Like you may not, and we don't even know we don't know the long-term ramifications of having it. Right? We've seen people recover, but we don't know what the long-term ramifications of the people who've had it. Right? It may cause long-term respiratory issues that you may not know about for another year or two. So this is all new, man.
Well, here's the thing. We live in New York, right? I personally know 10 people that died from corona, personally. Mm-hmm. They said 25% of New York State has corona. I believe 50. I think at least 50% of New York already has corona. It's infected, like it's infested. So what we're doing is not working, right? It's like you probably already have it, or you probably already had corona. Odds are you probably had corona. So 50 chance.
Probably.
So it's like what's the there's no end game. There's no way that this is gonna end.
The only end game is the vaccine. That's the only end game. And that's I kind of, when I got on the phone with Jamal this afternoon, we were talking about that. I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy that we're watching all the indications to say that we're in a recession, right? Just talk about the economy and corona together. Like all the indicators say we're in a recession. The job report is going to come out tomorrow. We're probably going to have 30 million people in unemployment, right? And yet the news that there is a treatment, not a vaccine. Like I think people got to be like very clear. It's a treatment that lowers the recovery time. So rather than taking 15 days to recover, the treatment now may take 11 days. I mean, 4 days is 4 days in a person's life.
You jacking the vaccine? You jacking that?
Nah, I'm just saying it's not a vaccine. It's a treatment.
I'm just asking.
Nah. Because this isn't a vaccine. This is a treatment that helps with the recovery time.
You believe? Do you trust it?
The vaccine or the treatment?
Anything.
I trust God. I trust God, man.
I'm just asking.
I trust God. I tell everybody the same thing every day, man. I don't worry and pray. I just pray because worry means I don't have trust in God, and I do. So I trust God.
I'll tell you what.
Yo, this is what they look like. All these people watching. This is what we do every day. So like,
yeah, they said the show is crazy because shout out to Val. She was like, a lot of people that know us personally think the show should go on different. They think it should be a debate show.
Yeah. They want us to argue. Because people think we agree all the time. Like, nah, we don't. Yeah,
on the show, we always like on the same page. But that's what she was like, yo, y'all should have a debate show because in real life, y'all hardly ever agree on anything. Like y'all always go back and forth all the time.
Fact. That's how it started. That's how our conversations always started. Like, yo, I know we're gonna have an argument, and I know you're gonna do whatever it takes to win the argument, and you're gonna switch sides at least 3 times in the argument, and then nobody ever wins the argument. We just go on to the next one. That's how every argument goes. Straight up.
That's a fact. I'll never lose it. I'll never lose a debate.
You gonna switch? Hurry. Hurry just jumped in. Hurry, you know the deal. Give me thumbs up if you know Shotty just be switching sides in every argument since the center parking lot, bro.
Shout out to my man George. Nah, so what I was saying, what was I saying? I think about something about the vaccine. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Here's my thing.
They said Reese said I'm jacking it.
Jacking it. New York
DX flag, what up?
So here's the thing. The flu, right? Everybody knows that I went to Hawaii. I went to the University of Hawaii. And when I was out there, I was on the basketball team. So they made all the athletes get the flu shot. And I had never got the flu shot before. So if anybody knows, the flu shot is not, it doesn't cure you from getting the flu. It's the last year's flu modified.
The strands.
And it's like to help prevent you get the flu, right?
Yeah.
So it was mandatory. All the athletes had to get the flu shot. So I got the flu shot. And within 2 hours, I got the worst case of the flu. I think I had like swine flu. I had the worst case of the flu ever within 2 hours.
You said you had swine flu?
I think I did. And then it came out that it was a bad batch that year, and 20% of the people that got the flu shot got the flu because they got the flu shot.
Yeah, I never do the flu shot.
I look at medicine, it's like, we don't. That's why they call it the practice of medicine, right? They're just practicing. It might work. It might not work. Who knows? But that's the last time I got the flu shot. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's gonna be interesting because I'm sure they'll make it mandatory. Like even if you think about kids who are going into kindergarten or going into camps, like granted they may not be any camps this summer, but one of the things they have to have is vaccinations, and if they don't, they can't start. So like you can't start school and you can't go to camp if you don't have vaccinations. So adults, we can make that choice, but your kid may not have that option. So then, like now, what do you do?
Shout out to my man Sports. Anybody who was on this live. Jamal, the guy that I was talking to earlier, that I was talking to the stocks with, that we grew up with, that's part of Earn Your Leisure, that I said was a legend that had all the money when he was like 19. Me and Jamal went to Asia 3 years ago. Jamal got corona. He got corona in Asia 3 years ago. He almost died in Hong Kong.
Why you putting this? You always say his information out loud, like no privacy for the boy.
I'm pretty sure he had corona 3 years ago. We was in Asia, and I don't know what they had over there. Like, they had some stuff over there that we had like never seen before. Like, and he was eating shish kebabs on the street, like alligator shish kebab. I'm like, I don't know if it's the best decision to eat alligator shish kebabs in the street.
That's his fault. Nah, all jokes aside, that's his fault for eating the street meat in another country. Like, I don't even eat the street meat in New York City. Like, what? Why would he eat street meat in? Where was y'all at? Thailand?
In Thailand, we went to 5 countries. So he got sick. He got food poisoning in Thailand. And then we was on a flight from the Philippines to Hong Kong. And he was sitting next to a woman that could not stop coughing. Like, she was coughing her lungs out. Like, she was on her last day of life. Like, that's how bad her cough was. And he was sitting right next to her. And the flight was 5 hours. And she coughed on him for 5 hours. As soon as we got, it was like some airborne shit. As soon as we got off the flight, I said, yo, bro, you look like you about to die. Like, it like happened within an hour. And I'm like, why would you not ask to move? Like, if somebody's on a flight with me and I'm leaving, he's like, yo, the flight was booked. It was no other way for me to go. Like, I'm literally telling the flight attendant, the flight is not taking off. So as soon as we got to Hong Kong, he was done. Like,
that's a fact.
He lost like 20 pounds.
Nah, because I remember I called you. And I was like, yo, what's good with Smalls? You said, yo, I think he gonna die. I said, yo, bro, you say it like really light. Like, you always say that like it's pretty light, like he might die, like jokingly, but like you're like, nah, I think he's serious. Like, he's poisoned right now. I'm like,
nah, he almost died. He almost died in Hong Kong. Then he had to go take some penicillin from some street pharmacist, literally a street pharmacist, because we ain't speak the language.
Wait, a actual street pharmacist, not like the street pharmacist we know?
No, like a street pharmacist, like nah, it's serious out there because they don't really speak English that much in Hong Kong. They speak Mandarin, and they was very rude to us everywhere we run.
Yo,
and he found like some back alley.
Yo, Punch, are you keeping track of this story, Punchy?
Nah, he found like some back alley black market pharmacist that sold like an illegal prescription of penicillin or something. And he had no other option because it was like, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the doctor in Hong Kong? They don't know, like, no,
Nah, he made it back though, man. Smalls got a lot of lives, man.
No, I say that to say that was kind of a long story, but
that's a great story. That's a great story.
This Corona thing, man, I feel like it's been here. Corona's been here for a while. This COVID-19 is new, but
that's since January, they saying.
I'm pretty sure he had Corona at some point. But every few years, it's like the swine flu. Remember the swine flu? So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know how we going to get past this thing.
Yeah, nah, it's like I said, it's going to be unprecedented times, man. And like I said, and we just had a call on UIL University about doing things during this time, creating skills, getting certifications that when we come out of this this unprecedented pandemic, what we can do. Now I am crying because I love that. I know that story. Like I've heard that story plenty of times, man. No. But yeah, man, making sure that you educate yourself and preparing yourself and using the time wisely, man, because it's only going to get worse. Like I said, like this is the first quarter reports. Second quarter of this year, it's gonna be dark times, man. It's gonna be dark times.
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy. That was when I was telling y'all to come back home. I was like, yo, y'all just gotta come back. That was.
We got so many stories out there. We got extorted. The first day out there, we got extorted by the police. We got extorted by the police the first hour. The first hour in Thailand, we literally got extorted. We got extorted by the police. And they was wearing face masks. They was wearing face masks back in 3 years ago. Everybody in Asia wears a face mask. We got extorted by the police. We had to pay them. 1 hour in Thailand, we got extorted by the cops. Nah, man, it's crazy. It's the whole culture. The whole culture out there is different.
Yeah, we gotta get. I gotta get out there. I gotta get out there. My kids is dying to go to an island. So we gotta get out here. Yeah,
man. Well, yeah, man. It's like, you know, I don't know. We're gonna keep pushing no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, man. Like I said, we never gonna run from giving y'all information because we receive information every day, as you should. That should be part of your daily ritual, right? You should be reading. You should be learning something every day. There's a chance to learn something new. So every day
let me tell them how we got started. Let me tell them how we got started.
They asking for that?
Yeah,
they said Phuket.
So it wasn't in Phuket. It was in Bangkok. So
I'm asking. Hold on, I got my ice cream sandwich right here. Hold on, it's melting all that.
First of all, Thailand is by far my favorite country that I've ever been in life. Like Thailand, but everything that you've seen on Hangover is true. Everything you saw on Hangover.
Whoa, pause.
Well, no, I don't know. No, don't do that. I had nothing to do with that. No, don't do that. I'm just saying, as far as how crazy it is out there, like Thailand is crazy. So we out there, we land in Bangkok, and the first thing we do is they got like these little golf cart like cabs open, and they're like, you know what I'm saying? So we get on like the golf cart cab thing, and they driving us around, and it was but I'm pretty sure it was a setup. Because like the driver knew exactly like where he was going. So we got pulled over, and the cops they like, yo, get out. Everybody gotta get out. So the driver's like, yeah, I gotta get out. So we get out. So we on the curb. So it's like this sergeant. Like the one dude's a sergeant. He got a mask on his face, and then he's like with two other like young cops. So they talking to us, and they like, yo, where's your passport? We didn't know that you have to wear your passport on you at all times over there.
You got like a badge?
You just gotta have it on you. You just gotta have it on you at all times. So we had the passports locked up in the hotel. We didn't know that you had to have your passport. So we're like, yo, we don't got our passports. So they're like, it's a crime if you don't have your passport, apparently. So they're like, we gotta take you to jail to process you. This is the first hour. The first thing we did, they're like, yo, we gotta take you to jail. You know, you gotta get processed. So I'm like, yo, I just landed in Asia, and they talking about they gotta take us to jail. I'm like, no. What's going on? So I'm like, yo, what? So I'm like, and the dude is wild rude. He got a mask on, so I could barely hear what he's saying. So they over there, their dollars is called baths. It's called bath. So it's like 1,000 bath equal like $10, something like that, or $100, something like that. So he's like, yo, he's like, give us 2,000 bath, 5,000 baths. We call it. He's like 10,000 bath. He's like 10,000 bath. We let you go. So Jamal came like, yo, they want 10,000 back. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. So I went back to him. This is the sergeant, police sergeant. This is the first hour. So I'm like, look, bro. I'm like, we don't have 10,000 back on us. I'm like, I'll give you 5,000 back right now for both of us. He wanted 10,000 back apiece. I'm like, I'll give you 5,000 back, both of us right now. Let us go. So he looked, he looked with his man. He like, all right, screw it. Give it to me. So we paid them and they let us go. So we got extorted the first hour in Thailand.
That's not the first time we got extorted by police, man.
No, we got extorted by the police in
Cancun,
Mexico. Mexico, we got extorted by the police.
Yo, the police in Mexico was crazy because they was like, yo, they was gonna lock my brother up. I ain't gonna say why they was gonna lock him up, and he was like, yo, they was like, I need $500, and at that time I was like, damn, bro, you might gotta go to jail. I ain't got it. And so that was me and you. It's crazy. Me and you had the same room. And so Shotty was laying down sleep. I'm like, yo, bro, wake up. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, they're gonna send my brother to jail. We need to get 500. Yo, I never forget. You looked at me. You was like, can't help.
Yeah, I was in college. That was like spring break. That's when I was in college.
Yo, I said, bro, they're gonna throw me.
I'm a college student at the time. You gotta paint the whole picture.
That's true. That's true.
I'm a college student at the time. We on spring
All
break
of us.
in Cancun. So your brother comes to the joint like he's like, yo, you knocked on the door frantic at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like, yo, they about to take him to jail. We need money. I'm like, oh God. Yeah. So
yeah. So we scrambled up. We scrambled up to 500. We gave it to him. I swear, the next day on the news. Actually, when we came back from Cancun, they had arrested a bunch of officers for extorting spring breakers. I was like, damn, bro, all that for nothing.
They do that all the time, man. That was my last time going to Mexico, and that was years ago. That's where I was in college. I haven't been back to Mexico since.
That was
Shout
crazy.
out to all the good people in Mexico, but
somebody else got scammed too.
Nah, they do that all the time. And yeah, we got extorted extorted in Thailand. The police, man. They get you all over the world.
They always think when they threaten you with your freedom, man, you'll do it all.
You want to hear something crazy? This is crazy. So we go to Bali. We in Bali because like we was just going to different countries. So we went to Bali, right? So Bali was the first time I seen like a $500,000 bill.
A what?
$500,000 bill, and it's worth like $10. Like it's so inflated. Like you get $100 out and you're a millionaire. Like because $100 is like 1.2 million. So we go to Bali, we land, and the cabs like in the airport. So we like we got a cab. We like we going to our resort. So he's like, how much? He's like 1.2 million. 1.2 million. I'm like 1.2 million. Like how far is it? He's like, nah, it's pretty far. 1.2 million. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm like, all right, whatever. So it's like a 45-minute drive though. It's a long drive. So I'm like, all right, it's all good. 45 minutes. He's driving up mountains and all that, right? 45 minutes. But this the crazy part. So then we get the cab going back to the airport. We literally was staying a half a mile away. No. We were staying a half a mile away, bro. Like, I'm like, what the? Like, we literally was staying like a half a mile from the airport. It was like 3 minutes. It was a 3-minute drive. I'm like, oh, like,
nah, they be finessing.
I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, yo, it was so ill because you would have never knew that. I would have never knew that. Like, he had the whole system down pat. He drove around the whole country to take us across the street.
They be finessing, bro. Like, you gotta be careful out in these countries. I remember we was in a cab in Jamaica, and I was like, it was an Uber. Like, I don't know why I was thinking, let me get an Uber in Jamaica. I wasn't even sure if it was one. We was trying to go to this restaurant. Yo, bro, there was no lights. There was no houses. I looked at him. I was like, yo, I think we about to get robbed right now. He pulled into some dark alley. I said, yo, this the restaurant? He's like, nah, I got to make a quick stop. I'm like, damn, this is it. I was with Danielle. I was like, yo, how much money you got on you? Like, let's just give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. And luckily, we made it to the restaurant. But like, you gotta be careful in these countries, man.
Oh, can we tell them how you almost got killed in L.A.?
Why you love telling that story, bro?
Nah, that was a recent. That's the most recent story that we have.
That's actually on the episode. We didn't put up that episode, but yeah, go ahead, man. Tell them how you left me hanging, bro.
Yeah, the LA. So we in LA.
But this is within an hour. Within an hour.
That was last April, right?
Two
last
times ago.
October, September. Complex.
Nah. It was the April joint. It was the April joint. A year ago.
It was Complex Con.
Nah. I got the picture. It was a year. It was this time a year ago.
All right. So this time last year, we go to LA for some interviews, and you know, anybody that knows me, they know I love LA. I love LA. I love it. So anytime we get a chance to go to LA, I'm like, yo, we going to LA. So we go to LA, and you know, I always feel responsible because I've been going to LA for a long time, but the guys, they just starting to go to LA. So I gotta show them.
This dude always do this. Yo, y'all know he always do this. Go ahead.
I gotta keep them safe in the city because LA like a second home for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know LA. So we in LA, and usually we stay downtown by the Staples Center, LA Live at the Marriott, LA Live. But this time we got an Airbnb downtown in Koreatown. I've not really been to Koreatown now, but I'm thinking it's downtown. It's like whatever. It's a vibe. So we don't get into LA because we had some issues with the flight.
Yeah, I think it got delayed. It got delayed. It was raining out here.
So we don't get to the Airbnb till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So the Airbnb's in Koreatown, and if you know Koreatown, like it was a luxury building, and the whole thing looked like Vietnam. It looked like little Vietnam. Like
it was like Skid Row out there, bro.
Nah, Skid Row is crazy.
Yeah.
So the Airbnb host leaves the key in an alley, literally in a lockbox in an alley, in an alley. So we gotta drive the
alley.
car. So
that's serious.
So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to figure out how to open the lockbox. So I see like these two dudes like just lurking in the alley. So I got my back. So First we was in the alley. We was like, yo, there was a lockbox. Then we drove through, and we couldn't even drive a car through there. We ended up on the sidewalk and then doubled back to the same alley. Like, this got to be it. Yeah. So
then the two dudes,
like,
we seen them
lurking, and like I'm like,
and they disappeared.
Yeah. Then they came back I'm like, yo, Troy, keep an eye on them, because I had my back to them. I'm like, yo, just keep an eye on these dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like trying to figure out how to open the lockbox, and I see one of the dudes.
Four numbers. That's it. 4 numbers to open the lockbox. He's like, yo, keep an eye on these two dudes. I'm like, all right. So I'm standing in front of the car. He's in the corner. I'm watching, and I'm like, yo, Shai, they walking this way, bro. He's like, all right, just keep an eye on them. So I'm watching the dudes. I'm like, all right, well, they really close now. Right? Dude walks up. I got a hoodie on because it's cold. It's cold in LA at this time. I got a hoodie on, New York fitted. This dude flashes his gun. He's like, yo, what set you claiming? I'm like, what? Like, it's 2 in the morning. I'm like, what'd you say? He's like, what set you claiming, homie? I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't even on that. He's like, oh, you better not be. I was like, what? I'm like, what? And he kind of walks away. Nah. Let me paint the picture though, because as soon as he walks away, let me show you what my brother does. He comes over. He's like, yo, what's up? What'd he say?
Now, I didn't know. I see them talking like 10 feet away. So I thought he was trying to rob you, but
hey, you ain't moved.
No, I didn't know what was going on. So, but I see you wasn't giving up nothing. So I'm like, I don't know how to gauge this situation. So I'm just looking, and you know what I'm saying. So then
you still didn't move.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, bro. I didn't know what was going on.
He was like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I ain't want nothing. I guess he ain't want nothing. So then we call Mike. I call Mike, like, yo, Mike, this dude just pulled the burnout on me. He's like, where you at? Where you at? I'm coming right now. I'm coming right now. He's like, that wouldn't happen if I was there. That wouldn't happen if I was there. I was like, he's like, what shot he do? I'm like, yo, he kind of turned around late, bro. He was like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo,
nah, don't paint that picture. I was 10 feet, I was like 15 feet away, and I could only see you having a conversation. So the conversation didn't escalate. So I wasn't sure what direction the conversation went, or what the conversation. You know, I wasn't really sure what direction the conversation was going. So then I know I seen it. It didn't end violently.
Yeah, it could have.
Oh, it definitely could have. But thankfully it didn't. But that taught us a valuable lesson.
Yeah. To
never play in an alley at 1 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock. At that point, we couldn't get the lockbox. At that point, it was just like. But nah, LA is dope. LA was dope. It's all good.
shout out to LA, man. He just, you know,
we made
it
didn't escalate, you know what I'm saying? Because like I wasn't on no Knucklehead Tom. I was tired, so I could imagine if I was on Knucklehead Tom, that would have ended a lot differently. But he definitely did. Now we said, I don't know if Shotty safe to travel with, man. He attract all kind of craziness.
yeah. But nah, he definitely asked you what set you was banging.
That's a fact. Yeah, Cliff, he was fumbling with that lock. Yo, bro, he fumbled with the lockbox. So it was like 10 minutes he was there. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up?
Nah, because it wasn't working. The lockbox wasn't working. It was a recipe for disaster.
That was bad. It was bad. I'm happy we made it out of there. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was wounded.
LA, man. LA different.
Yeah, we good now though. When we go to LA, we good. Somebody said brazy. Nah, George, I was in a gray hoodie, bro. I think I was in a gray Nike tech suit, man. I wasn't in nothing.
But you know what I was thinking about? He probably was actually.
He thought we were probably.
He probably thought that you was trying, because we looked suspicious. Like we in
the way we were circling
with an SUV circling the alley. Like he, you know what I'm saying? He probably thought like we was trying to run up on him, and he's taking like, who are these guys? I'm like, yo, we not actually gangbanging. We just got a financial literacy podcast.
Yo, that's why I said perspective is key, because the way we kept circling around, plus we left the headlights on, so like that might be a signal for some smoke. But we, like I said, we just trying to get the lockbox for Airbnb, man. We had just landed.
Man, just trying to shoot a couple podcasts, eat some sushi, and we'll be on our way, bro.
That's it, man. That's it. Just try to enjoy some Venice Beach. Nah, we gotta travel. We don't travel by ourselves, man. If y'all ever came to an EYL event, y'all know how we moving, man. It's really like a rap group. It's like
we had it was just that nobody at that time. It
was just me and Shotty.
But we got the Jay Prince story.
Ooh, you wanna go there? Nah, I ain't leave you. See that there? I didn't leave you. I stood right next to you.
Jay Prince, we got a lot of stories, man.
This is EYL After Dark right now. This EYL After Dark.
Oh man, the Jay Prince story is so legendary. So if anybody listened to my brother Chris Gotti's, that's my favorite episode of all time.
Yeah, you always say that.
Shot Derek Falcon also. But Chris Gotti, episode 23, that's like one of my favorite episodes that we've ever did. And he told us his Jay Prince story. And everybody that speaks about Jay Prince, they know, like, you hear about Jay Prince, you know Jay Prince is a serious dude. Like, he's serious. I haven't heard anybody talk about Jay Prince and not have like a serious story behind it. So, you know, we've been hearing so much stuff about Jay Prince. And I had never been to Houston. We've never been to Houston before, right? So I'm like, oh, shout out to Bam. He was there. Bam was there.
Yeah, shout out to Bam. Bam was right there.
So everybody keeps telling us about Jay Prince. Like, yo, Jay Prince is serious. Jay Prince is, you know what I'm saying? He's it. He's the godfather of Houston. So when we get to the radio, we get to Houston, we do a radio show. Shout out to the whole Mad Hatter and the whole
Mad Hatter. What up?
They told us a whole crazy story about Jay Prince, about, you know, Jay Prince is serious. Like everybody that we met like 3 people in the city, and they was just telling us like, yo, so many stories about Jay Prince. Like he's like a myth. Yeah.
You know what happened? We had said on the podcast, like, yo, we need to make it to the ranch. We got to get to the ranch because we've heard so many stories about his ranch. So when we was in Houston, we was like, yo, we need to get to this ranch. We want to sit down and talk to him because this guy is a legendary. If you read his book or listen to his book, you know how legendary this dude is in the music game and in real estate too. So we was like, yo, we get into that ranch.
Yeah. So we get to Houston, right? So we get to Houston, and the whole play in Houston is to interview Jay Prince.
That's it.
We did our networking event, but it's like, yo, if we gotta do an interview, we need to interview Jay Prince. So I hit Chris Gotti up before we go, like, yo, can you connect me with Jay Prince? And he was trying to connect the dots, but he was like, yo, Prince was out of town. Prince was, you know, it just didn't work out. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we have our networking event, and lo and behold, Jay Prince's son, one of his sons, he has like 10 kids. Well, one of his sons comes to our networking event because he knew one of our friends that was there.
Yeah, Rap-A-Lot chain on and everything.
Yeah, so I think you told me, like, yo, that's Jay Prince's son.
Yeah.
So I was
kicking it with him.
Yeah, I walked up, I introduced myself to him. I'm like, yo, you know, we a big fan of what you guys have done. We try to interview your pops. He's like, I'm gonna call him right now. So he called his pops, and his dad had just landed from Atlanta. So he's like, yo, he just landed from Atlanta, but, you know, he said that if he got time this weekend, he'll get it done. He'll do an interview with you. So I'm like, all right, dope.
I was there.
So then the next day.
No. Even after that, We went out. We went out after the event.
That was one of Jay Prince's sons. Then we go to like some other event, and then we see another one of his sons, Junior, right?
I think so. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, we see another one of his sons.
He was like, "Yo, I'll call him today." Like, "Yo,
yeah, we see another
come by the house tomorrow."
So I'm like, "Yo," we like, "Yo," he like, "Yo, we gonna call him." So now we got two of his sons and Chris, who's real good with him, and they all contacted him. So I'm like, "All right." So then we go to the next day. They had that party. James Harden had the party.
Yeah.
So James Harden party was lit. Slim Thug was in there. Meek Mill, 21 Savage, all of them. Everybody was
Russ.
there. Russell Westbrook. Everybody was in the James Harden party. James Harden party was lit. So we look in, and they got the stage, and I just look up and I see Jay Prince. I'm like, yo, that's Jay Prince right there. They're like, where? He's short. He's like 5
with the headphones on.
5, yeah, with the headphones on, like with the afro. I'm like, that's Jay Prince, and he's surrounded by a bunch of dudes. So they're like, oh, that's Jay Prince right there. So I'm like,
stop it, man.
So the club lets out early out there. It lets out like 2 o'clock. So now we playing a let out, and everybody's outside, right? So Jay Prince is like, it's a Phantom. It's a Phantom, and Jay Prince is on the other side of the Phantom with his whole crew. It's like him, and he's like, he's drinking a glass of wine. And he's like twirling a glass of wine at like 2 o'clock in the morning outside the club, and he got like 30 people around him. And his son was on the other side of the car. So
that was Junior. This was Junior.
Our homegirl, shout out to Aisha. Yeah, she was there. Our homegirl knew Jay Prince Jr. So I'm like, yo, can you introduce me to Jay Prince Jr.? I want to talk to his pop. She like, it's not a good time. I'm like, it's the only time.
That's a fact. That's it. You literally, I understand it right there. You're like, yo, there's no other time. There's
no other time. You got, like, she's like, yo, it's not a good. No, it is a good time. He's here. He's right here. It's no other time. This is the time. So she's like, all right, whatever. So she introduced me, and he's like kind of halfway, like, so I'm like, yo, we got the, I'm like, yo, Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti said, he's like.
All right, now stop right there. Now I'm not near you at this point, but then when I see you talking to him, so I don't want to give you proximity because he left me in the alley. At this point, he's talking to Junior. I see Bam is there with him. I said, all right, I'm gonna just go stand behind him just so he don't get stomped out like crazy. Like we all gonna get beat down. That's what I'm thinking. Like this is gonna go bad. We all gonna go out together. I'm gonna go right next to him. All right, go ahead now.
So yeah, so I'm talking to his son. So his son, like, he's like, yo, just send me a message. He kind of like, so I'm like, yo, nah, my boy Chris, like, that's my brother, Chris Gotti. He like, Chris? I'm like, yeah, that's family. He's like, all right. He's like, Pop. So he's on one side of the Phantom. His dad's on the other side of the Phantom. Me and his son is on the other side. So his dad's like 10 feet away with like 30 people around him. So he's like, Dad. So he's like, he looks up. He's like, they said they know Chris. They say they know Chris Gotti. He like, Chris? He's like, Chris Gotti? He's like, yeah. So he's like twirling his wine, like halfway listening. So I got his attention. So I'm like, yeah, so this is the crazy part. Like, it's 20 people around Jay Prince. 20 people. They all doing different things. Like somebody's talking to a girl, somebody's smoking, somebody's, what I'm saying? They just around. So I'm like, yo, I'm introducing myself. Mind you, it's already an uncomfortable conversation because I'm having a conversation with somebody 10 feet away.
A car in between you.
No, it's a car. I'm having a conversation over a car. So I'm like, yeah, we got a podcast. I don't know if that was a trigger word for everybody, but as soon as I said podcast, all 20 people stopped what they were doing, looked up, and had eyes on me.
Yo,
so now it's like
the whole parking lot froze.
Nah, it was like a military. I'd never seen nothing like that. It was like he was like a general, and he just snapped his fingers, and it's like, all he had to do was just go like this, and it would have been a bad night. Like, so now it's like 20 people. So now I'm feeling the pressure, but I'm just keeping my composure because it's like 20 people are just looking at me. And he's like enjoying the moment because he's just like twirling wine.
Yeah, he like the pressure.
I'm like talking to him. I'm trying to have a conversation about getting him on the podcast. And it gets tenser and tenser. And I'm like, yo, we about to die over a financial literacy podcast. It's not that serious. I just wanted to get an interview. Like, you know what I'm saying? So finally,
but he said he'll do it.
No, yeah. So then, after like a couple minutes, he's like, all right, we're gonna do it. So I'm like, all right, we leave the next day. So he like, when you leave? I'm like, we leave like the next day. He's like, we're gonna get this done tonight. We're gonna get it done tonight. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm like, you know, he just talking. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's get out of here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt so uncomfortable. I'm like,
nah, yo, I promise you turned around right after you said we do it tonight. You turned around, you looked at me, he's like, yo, let's get out of here right now. I don't really like the situation.
No, I
booked so fast. I was like, damn. And then when we was walking, man, you remember, the dude got punched in the face right by.
Somebody got stomped out.
And now I was like, as soon as we walked away, the dude was knocked out. I'm like, yeah, they gonna track us. I said, they gonna track us. I was like, yo, we gonna walk 3 blocks up and call this Uber. And then when we got out the Uber, I was like making sure no cars had followed us. I seen a car stop. I said, yo, bro, why we do this?
The power that he has in Houston, I never seen nothing like that before. So
what?
So no. I'm gonna tell the whole story. So
okay,
then we
get
back to the Airbnb at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I call Chris, and Chris is up, and he's like, I'm telling him the story. He's just laughing. He's like, that's vintage. That's vintage J. Prince. He was like, he knew you was under pressure, and he just lives off of that. Like it just makes him, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's just fun for him. So he like, yo, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call him in the morning, and I'm gonna see if he got time during the day to get it done. So I hit him back like 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. I'm like, yo, did you speak to him? Like, I left him a message, but he ain't hit me back. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then we leave like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we had waited all day for it.
So we up at like, we got up at like 5 o'clock to go to the airport, and I seen I had a bunch of missed calls from Chris at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I hit Chris. I'm like, yo, what's up? I see you call me. He was like, yo, J. Prince just hit me with the address and said he's ready to do the podcast at 2 a.m. Like, he just hit him. He ain't speak to him all day.
Nah, it was later because he had just left the party. He had left the party.
He had just left the party. It was
like
3 o'clock.
But it was the address for the compound. So, like, when we had heard about the stories, he said he got a compound in the middle of the city that has, like, 18-foot fencing. Like, yo, if you go into the compound, there's no way of coming out. So he had given us the address to the compound.
He sent the address. He was like, I'm ready. We can do the podcast now. It was like 3 o'clock in the AM, 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's probably best we didn't get that message because we would have been tired. It would have been, we wouldn't have been.
We're going to get that J. Prince interview.
And then we found out later that we could have been on the ranch after all that.
Yeah. That's the crazy part about it. Because if you know if you heard the podcast, you know about J. Prince's ranch. J. Prince's ranch is legendary. And so our friend that knew J. Prince and his whole family, she kept telling us, like, yo, you want to go horseback riding? I'm like, I'm trying to go horseback riding. So then at the end of all of this, she's like, yeah, you know, I told his son that we couldn't make it to the ranch. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? She's like, I told you we had an invitation to go horseback riding. I'm like, I didn't know it was at J. Prince's ranch.
But that's the only reason we came here.
That changes the whole conversation. She's like, oh, I just figured that you knew that it was at J. Prince's ranch. Why would I know it's at J. Prince's ranch?
Like, first of all, we from New York. We don't do no horseback riding. Like, that's number one. If you said it's his ranch, we all would have been there. Like, yo, let's do it. Saddle up, man. Pull up.
Nah, hey. But yeah, shout out to J. Prince, man. Highly respected. Like I said, I saw it firsthand.
A man of principle.
All the stories that you hear about J. Prince is true, because he had it. He had about 30 people.
Easily. We could have. We might. There might not have been an episode 37. That going differently.
No, probably.
You probably would have had another episode after that, man. But that's. I mean, these are the stories that don't come out on a podcast are sometimes crazier than the ones that do. Like,
yeah, that's why I miss traveling, man. We used to have so much fun when we went to these cities and we did our events. We had so much
really
fun.
Crazy.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun at these different cities that we was going to, man. So that's the thing that sucks the most about this whole COVID-19 thing. Is no more traveling, no more moving around.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that, man. We're gonna have a ball this time around. Like, we're gonna start touching some new cities. I'm really disappointed about Caribana being shut down, Toronto being shut down. We was looking forward to that. Oh my God,
Canada was gonna be crazy. Toronto, Canada. Oh man, that was gonna be crazy. Toronto was gonna be crazy.
I was looking forward to that from November. I was looking forward to that, man. But it's all right, man. The world turns, and we're gonna get back to that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bam was shook. Don't front, Bam.
Bam was scared to death. It's so good, man.
No, we love you the same. I don't know what a big homie was at that time. Big homie would have probably saved the day, right?
nowhere to be seen. I'm on the
So,
front line, willing to die for this Earn Your Leisure movement.
no, that's
I
a
put my
fact.
life on the line. I put my life on the line for this, literally. Literally.
No, he might have been. I don't know. The story sounds great. I don't know if he was talking that loud. It was kind of a low voice, like, yo, what?
No. That's what we're not going to do. I definitely projected my voice. I definitely.
No, that was crazy. I give you credit, man. There was a lot of courage. It took a lot of courage to do that. It took a lot of intestinal fortitude to do that. Because I was like, damn, he really gonna do this? Damn. All right, I'm just gonna stand behind him.
Yo, you get an opportunity. It's like, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, nah. I mean, that's what I said. You ain't gonna get a second chance at this. So we took our shot, and he ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So I'll pass it on across. I'll pass it on across. We got some special things coming. That's a fact. Somebody said my eyes getting low. Yeah, I'm by 11:30. I'm out. This shotty hours now. We going into shotty territory now. I'll be back up at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, man. He said he's very nervous, but he took his shot. Bam, cut it out, man. Bam, you was missing in action.
Bam was shaking in his Barclays.
and then remember we seen Meek Mill.
Fact.
We can't tell that story.
We're not gonna tell that story because that we still know people who might be affected by that story. But
shout out to the Dream Chasers,
the real ones.
That was shout out to Meek. Shout out to the whole Dream Chasers. That was eye-opening. That was an eye-opening experience.
Yeah, it was alarming, man. That's what I said, man. That's one of the best things about being us is that we get to be us all day, every day. We don't gotta pretend. We don't gotta wear fake jewelry or nothing like that. We don't gotta lie about who we are. Like we just who we are, and that's a luxury in this day and age where everybody's trying to pretend to be something they not. Everybody biting your information. They're stealing your ideas. You know, it's all good. We get to view who we are.
Oh, man.
It's all good, man.
Shout out to Meek. Shout out to Meek, man.
Shout out to all the Dream Chasers.
I miss traveling, man. I really miss traveling, man.
I got the Chicago was crazy too. Chicago was crazy. It was cold as hell, but it was crazy. We had a good time out there.
We went to Chicago twice.
Yeah. Both times is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get it to. We got a YouTube channel, but watch what we're gonna do. 2020 is kind of threw a wrench in it. We had some big things that we was gonna do, but
we was gonna go to Philly. Philly was up next. Then we had Chicago, Houston, Toronto, London. We had a lot of LA.
We still got a call this week. Hopefully we'll set that up or early next week about EYL Africa. We was definitely gonna try to do that too. Shout out to Kwame.
Yeah, shout out to Ghana.
Yeah. We're gonna do some crazy numbers out there, man. We're gonna touch that continent. We have to. Yeah, this is story time. Yo, George, stop putting out math. Yo, you just do type Massachusetts. No, you from Slow Bomb.
Shout out to Boston.
Nah, I ain't gonna disrespect you, George. I know you from Milford Gardens. Shout out to Yonkers 914 MG 527. I know what time it is. I was just playing.
No Dykeman this summer.
No, yeah, man. It's whack, man. They took the rims off of all the courts in New York City. I heard nobody can play. You can't even play ball. I told you, if this weekend is gonna be a real test, right? It's gonna be like 70 degrees outside. I guarantee dudes are gonna be putting up rims. Just they got them like, yo, y'all got a rim? Yo, we gonna go put it up. You can't stop them. It's too many. It's too many people. Damn, you have to cancel the Dubai trip. Tough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We good. Y'all, everybody in Atlanta, stay inside, please. No hookah lounges. No strip clubs. Like, just stay inside, man.
Strip clubs, hookah lounges.
Yeah, man. They're getting crazy out there.
Yeah, man.
Everybody can't wait to get their hair done, their nails done. You ain't had it done for 59 days already. Like, you good. Nobody's sweating you like that.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a cold summer, man. But whatever, man. It is what it is. But
yeah, they let you rock for a minute, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think Instagram took the time restrictions off. I think that hour time restriction is done now. I've been on here for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I think Instagram, because that was so whack. Like Instagram, why did they cut you off after an hour? Like I'm saying, like people talk.
Yeah, they changing stuff. That's what I said. Even the other day, remember, they doing fundraisers in the lives now. Like you could, like that's new. And then obviously with the versus joint, I'm sure D Nice had a big part in that, like extending this time because it was whack. Like you got 4 million people in what do you have? He had 2 million people watching or something like that. They gotta log in and log out, and they gotta go to one page to the next. It's like it ain't even worth it.
Somebody said EYO quarantine radio.
Quarantine radio is legendary. It's coming back though, I think. Yeah, no, we gotta keep it classy. We gotta keep it classy, man.
Yeah, man. But no, it's it's a lot of stories. A lot of
Too many
on the road.
Too many.
Hopefully we can get back out there sometime.
Yeah, we gotta touch some of these cities. LA. Oh yeah, did you say LA? You left LA out.
I said LA.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Dave. We got something extremely special. If we can ever get this thing back up and running again, Nipsey Hussle was a major inspiration to us. We was a huge fans of his music before he passed away. Went to his concert when he came to New York. Got to see him.
Remember that?
Yeah, for sure. Got to see him in person. So
that was crazy. That was one of the longest lives I ever waited in. I'm like, yo, damn, like this dude rapped the block in New York City.
Yeah, and shout out to Dave Gross. If you know who Dave Gross is, Dave Gross was his business partner. He was the one like behind a lot of the business move that he was making. And Dave's a good dude. He's a real big supporter of Earn Your Leisure. He also runs Vector 90 and a lot of the other stuff that him and Nipsey had started. So me and Dave been in contact for a long time. And he said when we go to LA, we're gonna do something really, really special. So it sucks, man. A lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff planned, man. We got a lot of stuff.
Somebody said we need an IG super chat. That's one of
that's IG super chat.
Yeah. Shout out to the super chats. Everybody on YouTube, y'all know what time it is with that super chat's been going crazy lately. Super chat's been going crazy on YouTube. So shout out to everybody that's been checking in on YouTube.
They said they might have to charge for the Dream Chaser story.
That's a fact. We're gonna put that on a mixtape or something. That Dream Chaser story was crazy. Yo, somebody asked, do we invest in stocks? Yeah. So if you listen to the first, and this will probably be saved when you go watch the first hour and a half, we pretty much talk about the stocks that we love and that we invested in and how we made a little bit of money today. EYL SBO. Nah, it's coming. It's coming. We gave you
it's long overdue. It's long overdue. EYL SBO, we talked about that for a long time, but definitely.
Oh, shout out Derek Grace just walked in the building. What's going on, bro?
Derek Grace, what's up, brother?
What's good, bro? Yeah. That pull up is gonna happen.
Oh, that definitely has to happen.
Yeah. Don't worry about that punch. That's gonna happen.
That has to happen. Yeah, shout out to Derek. He's a good dude. I spoke to him a few weeks ago. So, the whole thing, like I said, this quarantine just really sucked because it kind of so we still working out the kinks on our side. It's like how to actually take and get good audio and visuals distantly. But Derek, I'm gonna hit you up this week, bro.
Yeah. We working out the kinks over here. As far as we want to have a great presentation when we put it out. So we right at that finish line where it's like, all right, we feel comfortable to put something out. So we definitely we're going to touch the back on the internet. I mean the interview circuit, because we just been putting out stuff that we've had. It's crazy.
Yeah,
people like, yo, that information is crazy.
We had so many interviews in the
so many interviews we did already.
But that's one thing that Wallow told me. Shout out to Wallow, that's my brother. He told us along. He's like, yo, keep 10 interviews at all times because you never know.
Right.
If somebody gets. He told me this before COVID-19. He's like, yo, make sure you keep 10 interviews in a vault at all times because you never know. Scheduling, somebody gets sick, somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have like a couple interviews and now you stuck.
Yeah.
And he was telling me like they keep 10 interviews ready to go at all times. So we started doing a bunch of interviews and that's actually paid off for us.
Yeah.
Now we put a lot of those interviews that we never put out now.
It's crazy. It's crazy. If people like, it just seems like it's kind of like in sequence, but it's like, yo, if when we had done these interviews, you'd be like, wait, what? For real? Y'all had it that long? But like timing is everything. Timing is definitely everything.
Shout out to 19 Keys too. I don't know him. I haven't spoken to him, but
I've seen this podcast.
I think he follows Earn Your Leisure too. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him. If anybody knows him, put us in touch. I wanna interview Reza Islam. You know him?
No.
Reza Islam is dope. He's a dude. He's on Drink Champs. He's all over the internet. He's
he was just he was on like 2 episodes ago. Drink Champs, that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that episode.
Yeah, we gotta get him on. He's a real sharp dude. There's a bunch of people that I want to get on.
Yeah, I know they got the time right now. Everybody home.
Yeah, but Derek is somebody that we definitely want to get on for a while now. You know, if you follow social media, you know, like you always see him all the time, man. He always got good game, and you know what I'm saying. Definitely, one of the top people that people have been asking for. A lot of people, people ask for what we got. Like they asked for Jay Morrison, they asked for Envy, they asked for Big Business. So we just try to. They asked for Dana Chanel, and Prince Darnell. So you know, everybody.
Shout out to them.
Huh?
I said shout out to them. They got the craziest couple workout I've seen in a long time.
Dana Chanel and Prince Darnell.
Yeah.
They going crazy.
Yeah, they're going crazy. Yeah.
They're going crazy on TikTok right now. But yeah, we try to just get everybody on. So, but yeah, we're gonna get all of those guys on for sure. But yeah, shout out to all them dudes though. Shout out to everybody that's doing their thing. Shout out to 19 Keys, Reason Islam, Derek Grace, everybody, man. Everybody who's trying. Oh
yeah, shout out to my man Vending Biz, man. I just seen he started his own podcast.
Shout out to Vending Biz. That episode's going crazy for us. That was a dope episode. So
yeah, check it. I think he just started his podcast like 2 weeks ago, man. And he talking. I think the newest episode. I just checked it out, a little bit of it. He's talking about how to do vending in the Corona crisis. So check him out, man. That's a good brother.
We got to get Elon Musk on this thing too.
Yeah, somebody asked for Gary V. We ran into Gary V.
We ran up on Gary V.
Who ran up on?
We ran up on Gary V. He
He
said
tried
he's
to play
gonna
us.
do it. He said he's gonna do it. So we waiting for that. Gary V definitely said that he was gonna do it though. So
Yeah, 9 to 5 millionaire was gonna happen too. That's gonna happen.
yeah, 9 to 5. I spoke to him. We supposed to do him months ago. A lot of times we just be scheduling. Honestly, so a lot of people, everybody's busy, and you know, especially when we're doing everything in person. It's like if you don't live in New York, we gotta wait for people to come to New York when we traveling. But 9 to 5 millionaire is somebody that I definitely spoke to on several occasions. He's interested. He definitely wants to do the podcast for sure. So,
Yo, Punch, that's crazy. He said Grant Cardone. So you tell him the Grant Cardone.
they reached out. Grant Cardone people reached out to us months ago.
A year ago, bro.
Like a year ago, yeah. Grant Cardone's people had reached out to us a year ago when he was on his press run, and he was going to do like the Breakfast Club, us, Vlad, a bunch of stuff.
Gary V, and he needed one more outlet.
Yeah,
and he hit us up.
But then I think he ended up just doing Vlad. Like I don't think he did the Breakfast Club at all.
Yeah,
I think they might have deaded him. And then he just did Vlad. But they reached out to us. Grant Cardone people definitely reached out to us though.
Yeah, that was like when we got that news. I was like, oh wow. I think the interview was gonna be on my daughter's birthday. I was like, I looked at my wife. She was like, oh, you gotta go do that. You gotta do it. Nah, we'll celebrate after. I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, we take it one by one.
Yeah, you know, I like highlighting those people, but I like highlighting the people that nobody's kind of heard of because their stories are so passionate, man. They give up so much information, and they have some great success stories too. So everybody gets familiar with somebody new that they never thought they knew before. Yeah, I don't watch Vlad. Shotty tune into Vlad. I don't watch Vlad.
Vlad threatened to sue me.
That's a fact.
We won't even go into that though. We won't go into that.
That was the Rashad Valalpi.
Yeah. A fact. Done to sue me.
That's a fact. No, that is a fact. That did happen. Yeah, we want. I told if anybody looked at our bucket list, we put out our bucket list. Rich Paul is on both our bucket lists. So that whole team, Rich Paul, Mav, Paul Rivera, LeBron, obviously. Any of those guys, man. We salute those guys, man. What they're doing is just incredible. And they trailblazing so much that they're gonna leave a path for some great leaders to follow. I think LeBron just announced he's doing something for the class of 2020. He's doing like a virtual graduation for everybody that's a senior this year. Because a lot of people won't get the opportunity to walk across the stage. A lot of people won't have, some things that seniors are going to miss, their proms, like these lifetime things that you look forward to, they're going to be missing. So I think LeBron is doing something with the I Promise School where he's going to acknowledge all the class of 2020, man. That guy, I mean, I can't speak enough about that dude. What he means to this culture and to the world is just astronomical.
Yeah, shout out to Bam. Bam's on the
Tell
promo
him,
right
man.
here.
What's today?
May 1st.
29th?
May 1st. EYL University. We're gonna talk
Friday.
about that.
Thursday it's over. It ain't 149 no more. May 1st.
Nah. EYL 149 is the code for that. EYL University. We got Lord of the Slums tomorrow. That's a big one.
I haven't seen him.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Shout out to Fernando.
Yeah, that's crazy. We haven't seen him, I haven't seen him do an interview since he did that, and that was a little bit like a year ago too. Like we did that in June last year. That was a fast year.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff planned, man. But yeah, I've been on here for like 2 hours, man. I'm about to call it.
Yeah, I think I missed it. I was about to watch a Netflix movie. It's over, but we got to get to these Cash Apps. So 10 people.
I'm gonna do the Cash App. I took some screenshots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the Cash App as soon as we hang up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Cash App.
Yeah, ain't no like gimmicks neither. Like you gotta like post this and tag Troy and Rashad.
Oh yeah, nah. Like I said, whatever you want to do.
It's on you. It's just to help and give back.
It's not like people be having like you gotta use my hashtag.
Like 3 pictures.
Me, add 3 people to this thread. It ain't that serious, man. Ain't that serious.
Like 3 pictures, hashtag my name, go to Rashad's page, and write comment. Like, nah, man, ain't on that type of time, bro.
Yeah, no, we ain't giving nobody instructions, man. We just gonna pick some random people from, and that's it, man. But all right, man.
All right, y'all.
I'm off this thing, man.
All right, y'all.